హలో హాయ్ మాటలు లేని చోట మనసులోని భావాలు వ్యక్తపరచలేకపోయిన చోట ఒక అద్భుతమైన మంచి సంగీతం ఉంటే మాత్రం ఆ భావాలు అత్యద్భుతంగా అర్థం అవుతాయి, వ్యక్తపరచగలుగుతాం. అటువంటి మృదువైన సంగీతాన్ని మనకు అందిస్తూ ఈరోజు మనందరం వావ్ వాట్ అ మ్యూజిక్ అని అనుకునేలా చేస్తున్న మ్యూజిక్ డైరెక్టర్ హేషమ్ అబ్దుల్ వాహబ్ is with me on my channel Prema The Journalist. హాయ్ హాయ్ హేషమ్. అందరూ చెప్పినట్టు హృదయంలో సాంగ్ అందరికీ ఇష్టం. హృదయంలో ఆ పాట విన్న తర్వాత ఐ స్టార్టెడ్ గూగులింగ్ అబౌట్ యూ. గూగుల్ చేసి హూ ఇస్ దిస్ హేషమ్, వాట్ అ మ్యూజిక్ హీ గేవ్. ఐ లైక్ యువర్ సాల్ట్ మ్యాంగో ట్రీ మ్యూజిక్, ఐ లైక్ యువర్ వర్తమానం మ్యూజిక్. నేను చూశాను వర్తమానం సినిమా కూడా, నాకు చాలా ఇష్టం. పార్వతి తిరువత్తు అండ్ రోషన్ మాథ్యూస్, ఐ మీన్ వీ బీన్ వాచింగ్ దెమ్ ఎస్పెషలీ కోవిడ్ టైంలో. Your music is something very, very haunting, Hesham.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I have to appreciate you for that. Really. We are so happy that you're here today.
Thank you, ma'am. I think it's whenever I try composing, so I make sure that I make a tune that can have some impression on the listener after he stops listening to the song. So that is something, rather than just giving then and there, I want to expand it a little more. So maybe that exploration leads me to and my team into creating something that gives a lasting impression maybe.
So Hesham, how is Hyderabad? That's my first question. జనరల్గా మీరు కేరళలో ఉంటారు, అక్కడ మ్యూజిక్ కంపోజ్ చేస్తూ వస్తున్నారు. ఖుషి నుంచి ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడికి వస్తున్నారు. దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ సెకండ్ ఫిలిం. ట్రావెలింగ్ ఎక్కువ అవుతున్నట్టుంది, హైదరాబాద్ టు కొచ్చిన్ టు హైదరాబాద్.
I think it's been over a month since I went back to Kerala.
Okay.
And it's the first time that I'm staying like completely 40-45 days in Hyderabad. And I think even yesterday in the night when I was going back to the hotel with my wife, we were going through Jubilee Hills, and through that hanging bridge. And I was just telling Aisha, the more I'm seeing Hyderabad, the more I'm falling in love with the city. With the people, nice. With the film, with the kind of work that we are in, and the environment. Be it, you go to Nilofer Cafe, or maybe you go somewhere to have panchakatta dosa, you want to have something. It's all very, very welcoming.
Okay.
So that is what I want to say about Hyderabad.
Okay.
It's always welcoming. At least in my story, my life. It has always given wonders.
Wonderful. So that means you're planning to have a house here.
That depends on the next films that I do. Because when you are constantly having to travel, you need a proper workspace here, a healthy workspace here. Because right now we work out of hotels. For Hi Nanna, 40-45 days, we were inside a hotel working. The full score was done inside the hotel. So I think and that sometimes puts some sort of physical stress onto us. To avoid that, definitely we need a space. So we have such thoughts. I mean, Aisha is the one who takes care of such things.
Okay.
So let her decide.
Very good, Hesham. This is what it is very important. అంటే ఒక వ్యక్తి ఒక పర్టికులర్ ఫీల్డ్లో when he's actually doing very good, I think the support system would really help a lot. And especially the wife, kids, or parents. వీళ్ళ సపోర్ట్ సిస్టమ్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ డూ వండర్స్.
Exactly. I think that decision has to be taken by themselves. Like for me, there was a point when I got after Hridayam, I was like completely held up with lot of work, because that's the point of time when I had committed few films. All films happened at the same time. And the amount of time that I had to spend with my wife Aisha was very less. It's very minimal. And that sometimes takes a toll on your mental health and your stress health. So I think I've learned from my peers, watching directors who are busy, watching people who keeps their family intact. So I've learned a lot of lessons from them. And I think I took the initiative to make sure that Aisha is also part of my work. So that realization actually changed a lot of things for me. So right now, I only worry about composing. I only invest my time for making music and spending time with the director. Everything else I give it to Aisha.
Like what?
Yeah.
Everything else means what?
Like for example, you have musicians, you have your team members. So anything to do with them, be it numbers or any coordination to do, any costumes that, you know, I have to wear, and say, for example, any scheduling that needs to be done, any recordings. So everything I just tell Aisha to take care of it, and I have a manager, Mr. Vincent. I have my assistant George. So they all take care of it.
Okay.
So then I am at peace.
Very good.
So and she enjoys doing that, you know, that's where I think that magic lies.
Yes.
You know, being at peace and composing, that's very important.
That's very true. Hesham, if we look a little, I mean, if you go a little back and, you know, understand this Malayalam Malayalam music as such, and also Kerala people, the people of Kerala, they love Hindi music, Bollywood. And, you know, I know that, you know, people just love Muhammad Rafi and age-old Bollywood songs, you know, O.P. Nair songs and all. I came to know that, you know, they just love those music, and especially Urdu language and all such stuff. So how are your roots? Do you also go back to that period, and, you know, do you also love that music, and have you learnt anything from that?
Yeah,
Does those things do they appear in your music?
Yeah, I think the more you continuously work on films, or be it non-films also, music as it is, I consider being it a tree, you know, where it has a lot of branches. The more rooted you are, you know, the more longevity the tree has. So for me, I make sure that I continuously learn and study. So I was brought up in Saudi, and I had very limited musical exposure. Okay. So that opened way for me to somehow grab music that I could, you know, and I started off with listening to Dil Se audio cassette. You know, that paved way for me to understanding who Rahman sir is, Rahman sir is, his music, Raja sir, and you know, that music, you know, introduced me into this world of film music. And then I started studying piano. My teacher's name was Cicely sir. And then I have my Carnatic guru, who is Kollam Balamurli sir. Okay. I had a Hindustani teacher, Maitri Sanyal ma'am. And I make sure at least to be in constant touch with them, you know, to revive the roots. Sometimes it's very hard, you know, with this schedule that I have, it's very hard for us to follow up on the learnings, on the teachings. So I think it's very important to being rooted mentally also, not just by the knowledge. And my grandfather was actually a Hindustani singer. So he lived for 100 years.
You come from a music family?
I wouldn't say specifically. They love cinema and they love music. But my grandfather, he was actually a singer in the palace, in palace courts. He was a singer. He lived for 100 years actually. And he passed away when he turned 100 years. And Sayyid Rawat Abdul Hamid, that was his name. And he was the first person to sing for me certain ghazals of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, certain qawwalis of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, Damada Mast Kalandar. You know, there are many. So that's when, you know, maybe it's there in my genes, you know, maybe I'm able to resonate to it more. We were talking about Vartamanam song. So that song has that Hindustani root.
I like that song, that Anuragam. There is one song, no?
Yeah, yes.
Anuragam.
Yes.
That's a beautiful song from Vartamanam. I like the film also.
I'm thanks to...
I am still surprised that how you got name only after Hridayam. I mean, your previous films also, especially these two, I haven't watched the other ones, but the first film and the Vartamanam, I really liked it. And music also is very good.
I think, ma'am, the biggest difference that even when what I tell to my fellow technicians who work with me and outside, I think I constantly kept on working. You know, I only focused on the process of music composing. You know, that excitement from the first film to Hi Nanna, that excitement is the same.
Okay.
So I always retain that excitement. And when I see people who tend to fall apart, you know, who lose their patience, you know, or who maybe do for 1 or 2 films and then they wait for a huge film, or maybe due to a lot of pressures, you know, I mean, being a music composer just by itself is, I think it's one struggle that we as, you know, coming from South India, and you know the culture here.
Yeah,
After +2, you have to finish your engineering
Very, very true.
or medicine. I'm being very honest.
Correct.
And you face
There
all
is a
these.
format.
Of course,
Yeah.
you face these struggles. It all depends as to how confident you are in your craft. So for me, if you ask me, 7th grade, I started playing the piano. Since that point till this point, I was very sure I want to become a music composer.
Okay.
And that never changes. So be it any film that I do, I have done film called Spark here in Telugu. The film gained, mixed reviews. But even then, when I did Salt Mango Tree or Vartamanam, there are many films that people don't know about.
Yeah.
But having said that, whenever I composed for that film, I give my 100%. So that is me. That is that is
No,
me.
it shows. Sometimes, as you told, sometimes because of the banner or because of the actors or sometimes because of the director, sometimes if it's not that big, the music also will just die out.
I think by time and by the right time.
Exactly.
See, it's called destiny, and I leave it to God. You just do your work honestly and sincerely. Definitely, all these things adds up because, for example, now when I did music for Kushi or for Hi Nanna, definitely I only need to just think of giving the best song. Everything else will happen by itself. There are the huge craze for Nani Garu and Manal and all. That adds up. But at the end of the day, I just kept on working. Maybe I actually strongly believe maybe that's because I'm here.
Okay.
Rather than just doing for 3-4 films that got attention. I think God placed me here because I've continuously been sincere with my work. Yeah.
But tell me one thing. See, normally music is composed in studios. That's what I heard. But off late, especially post-COVID, everything has changed. The dynamics in music has changed. Music composing. I mean, you can stay anywhere. You can stay anywhere and compose music. And singers can sing from anywhere. I mean, it's like, so much has changed. What actually has changed for you, Hesham? Like, now you're staying in a hotel and you're composing music. You sit in a caravan and compose a music. You just sit anywhere and compose a music. But how does that work?
Yeah, I think...
Does the clarity come?
Definitely. I think it's been there since a few years. Before COVID also, I think remotely working, recording from a studio and sending it over to the music director. These processes are happening. I think it is celebrated now after COVID.
Okay.
It has been accepted upon us, the norm, among the professional musicians that, okay, the singer is in this country. So we have to record. Now even for example, there is a song called Ammadi in Hi Nanna. So I think Shakti was in Canada or US doing show for Rahman sir. That's when she sent me the demo from a studio there or through a voice note or something. And that's when we decided, okay, we are going with Shakti Shri for Ammadi song. So, with the invent of all these applications, I think we have to use it to help us. And now, AI has come, artificial intelligence. And AI's work for music is great. What people are creating for music is great. So, yeah.
Like, what do you do through AI? What have you done?
For Hi Nanna, I can proudly say it's the first film for which I have used so much of AI inside the film. For the score, for the songs, we have changed voices. We have used English voice, and we have recorded Shehnai. So all this has been done through AI. So when you're speaking about me composing inside the hotel, with the limited or with what we can get so far, if I want a voice from Scotland, I can make it happen.
Okay.
So that's the power of AI. So it's great. It's great.
How satisfied are you as a composer? Because see, if you see days way back, from Ilayaraja sir or from Rahman garu, they have this habit of having all musicians, band together, and then everybody play the music, and orchestration comes so well. They love that live music, and I'm sure you also must be liking it. So just tell me the satisfactory levels. Do they go down?
Yeah, I think, ma'am, over the years, the way how how people compose a song and the way how a director says yes to a song has changed. At least in my case, what I can say is when the director narrates to me the story, I will compose a song and we go through the song. We make changes. And maybe after a few days, that song might not work. We'll go through a next song. So the diaspora where we have to bring in all musicians, get the singers and record then and there might not work in this scenario.
Okay.
We'll have, I'm actually restricting the director to say, maybe can we have another option? So from then and there, so that's the main area where, this working in caravans, working in a hotel room, while traveling you're working, all these things came into existence from this point.
Okay.
Yeah, but saying that, say for example, the director is saying, Hesham, you just compose, you just give me 7 songs, you record and give me 7 songs, I will shoot with that. If that's the scenario, definitely this can still happen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, got it. So if the director leaves everything to you,
exactly,
and he feels what kind of a music you give, still it's okay for him.
Yeah, but I would say, filmmaking is a teamwork. At least for me, me sitting alone and composing, definitely it has its own advantages and all. But when it comes to film, I want to know what the director feels. I want to know what the editor feels, what the DOP, what the actors feel. It's a teamwork.
Yeah.
Because ultimately they are listening to the songs.
Correct.
So, and that excites me. So I would go with this process. This process is very exciting.
But in this 15 plus years of your experience, have you
I
ever...
think I'm still a learner. I'm still learning.
You're a learner, but I think you started off as early as 2007 or 8.
2015. 2015.
15 films.
Yeah, films.
But before that, you were doing independent
reality
music,
shows.
Reality shows and albums and all that stuff.
Yes.
So, have you ever, got frustrated or, went through low moments when, you feel that your music is right? It's appropriate, it's apt for this particular scene or for the scenario.
It's a very thin line.
Director doesn't like it. He says no. you have to go for another one.
It continuously happens, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm composing, sometimes the director will make me do like second demo, third demo. He'll keep on, he'll tell me let's work on something else. And sometimes I might change.
Okay.
They might change me. Someone else will come on board.
Right.
And even then also I'll take it in the best spirits because the director is working for his film. Only he knows what's best for his film, not me.
Okay.
And he will only try helping me. That is one thing. And the second thing is sometimes the director, when he narrates the story, he might have a certain musical sense in his mind. And if I am into that musical sense, then we are in sync.
Okay.
Now for Hi Nanna, when Shaurya narrated to me the story, he only told me that we need to create a classic tale, we need to make a beautiful story, tell a beautiful story. And I think I have tried to add my story also inside this film.
Okay.
So that's how I think we got in sync.
Yeah. So you should work in tandem.
Yeah. It's mutual.
Right.
Yeah.
But till now, if we see the track record, if you see your graph, the films that you made, the music for which you composed music, most of them are either rom-coms or romantic dramas or, comedy dramas or such kind of a film. And all of them are almost melodies, right? You've used the other instruments, but still you've retained, like you said, rooted music.
Yeah.
So did you ever feel that, you need to explore the other side also, wherein, you get the other genres, wherein like thrillers or horrors or, whatever.
Horror,
action.
I'm not sure if I would do.
Really?
No, see, there are a lot of things. For example, Hans Zimmer, famous composer, he has only done one horror film in his life. That is The Ring, the first film. Then since then he has not composed for any horror films, and I don't know why.
Okay.
And he tends to his taste is is kind of very exclusive, more of science films. But then again he does for Ford versus Ferrari. There are a lot of films that he does, And there is a composer called Ludwig Göransson. He did
Okay.
Oppenheimer previously and Tenet previously. So I think every composer will create their own identity in the musical world. And I think partly it's God, that is giving me such projects, and I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
That is the most important thing. I have not asked this much to God, and God has given me more than what I've asked for, because at the end of the day, we are humans. Our mentalities are always like, when you want something, you will pray for that.
Correct.
When you have it, then you start wanting something else.
Exactly.
So I think I myself have always put myself grounded in a way where I'll never think in that, okay, I want this film, I have dreams in working with directors. If you would ask me, I want to work with this director. That is there. Maybe that's why I'm here right now. Because I really wanted to work with Vineet Srinivasan sir. And that manifestation was there with me since 15-20 years. And it happened. One day he called me and he gave me this film. And then, Kushi film, working with Shiva sir. And Hi Nanna film, working with Nani sir. And Shaurya being a debut. And, I can't ask for more. So I think the directors, the good scripts, be it thriller or romantic or any genre, if it's right for me, I think it will come by itself. It will come by itself.
Recently, I spoke to Nani. I'm taking his interview. He was telling, if Hesham has to do a thriller or an action, he will still do it in his own style and he'll convince.
I think
that's what he told.
That's the main thing. I think everyone will have their own identity. Right. And I'm very sure if someone approaches me with, and I think it's too early for me also to be fallen into a space where, because with the films that I've done, it's very few films that I've done. There is so much for me to travel. And the number of songs that have been recognized are also, it's very, I can only count them in the fingers. So it's too early, it's too soon to say. I think there is so much to grow. Actually, speaking, after finishing Hi Nanna's work only, I'm actually, all my stress levels have gone down, and I'm actually spending some quality time with my wife. Even when I'm telling you, I'm just excited for the past 4 or 5 days. I have only been spending time with her, which I've missed for the past maybe 2-3 years.
So sweet. So how long were you married?
It's been 5 years.
5 years.
Since
okay. Everybody asks you this question: how did you actually land up here? How did you get the offer and all? But I came to know that you're very closely related to Fahadh Faasil, and a kind of an opportunity even drove from that side. So can you tell me how that happened actually? How Hi Nanna happened through that angle?
No, actually, it was just told to me that, Fahadh sir had suggested my name and told to hear my music to Nani sir. And that's what Shaurya told me. And it's very nice of him to, put my name out. Because it's a small industry and, everyone has their part to do. Everyone is busy with their work. We never bring our personal life into the professional circle, which I respect a lot. And, I can proudly say Fazil sir is my uncle, who did Manichitrata, and, it has been celebrated upon years and years. And I still remember when I committed Hridayam film, I directly drove to Fazil sir's house and I took his blessing, and then only I started work for Hridayam. So
that's a good omen for you.
Yeah, so these things are rooted in my system. And then that's when Shaurya came to be and narrated to me the whole story. But the thing is, having said that, Shaurya was well aware of what kind of music that I had already made, because that's very important. More than being referred upon or more than being suggested upon, the sync between the director and music director is depending on what they want exactly. So based on that, I think it was Shaurya's strongest decision.
I'm sure your history or what you have done, the body of work, that must have really helped. But a reference would really matter a lot, right? If Fahadh is suggesting, that means I'm sure, why would he suggest if you're not that
No,
good?
that's by God's grace, man.
Right.
I
yeah.
still remember, I think before Trance had come out, so I'm not told out to any media or anything. I still remember printing my songs on a CD. Still then CDs were there. And I gave it to Fahadh sir. And he was completely busy then. And he just gave me 10 to 15 minutes and I just gave him the CD of my work. I still remember that. That was the last time that we met.
Okay.
And he was so welcoming to even accept that. And he told me, Sham, let's see. The most happiest thing that I can say is, you know, I'm a proud musician who tries knocking all doors, you know, and I feel good about it.
Yeah. That's amazing. Did you watch Pushpa?
Yes, of course.
You saw?
Yeah.
You saw Fahad's acting?
Yes.
Towards the end. That was like mind blowing.
Yeah, it was great.
I know that you have great love for Sufi music. And is this also, I mean, is Sufi music also because you like A.R. Rahman songs, or is it just like that? Do you really like Sufi just because you like Sufi?
No, I think Rahman sir's music, I think Sufi music is one part only of Rahman
Correct,
sir.
but most of his films, they have the tinge. I mean, in every film, he has either a background score or a song. Somewhere he'll include that Sufi music, that kind of aura.
I think it's partly Rahman sir's one or two songs. But having said that, I started understanding Sufi music more seriously with my guru, who is Mr. Sami Yusuf.
Okay.
So he is a British musician and he is based out of Dubai and UK. And I worked with him as his personal sound engineer and he produced my first album, which is called Qadham Badha. It's called Step Forward in Urdu. And that's when I understood more about Sufi music and Sami Yusuf sir is my teacher actually. He is my guru.
Okay.
So if any music out there that I'm implementing now in a technical way, in the way I approach or be it me communicating with my team, they are all blessings from what I've accumulated from Sami sir.
Okay.
So he is the one who channelized me into understanding Sufi music. What's the relationship between a teacher and a student?
Okay.
You know, when you speak about Jalaluddin Rumi, you know about the teachings. So Shams Tabrizi. So that's the thing. So then that's when in Hridayam we went to Turkey. You know, we recorded few instruments from there. That's why that album has a bit of Middle Eastern, Turkish tinge. Yeah.
No, I think even Darshana song, somewhere there is this Sufi kind of instrumentation, right?
Yeah, towards the end of the song, there is something called as Baglama that's being played, and then we have Duduk. So Duduk instrument has its own origins from different countries.
Okay.
Those two instruments were there in the song. It had that vibe. We rather than making it Middle Eastern or Arabic, we wanted to make that song unique.
Yeah.
So that was the whole point.
Okay.
So that's when these ideas came. Yeah.
So I like one of these 2-3 songs of A.R. Rahman's. I mean, like Fiza, that song. And
Pia Haji Ali.
Khwaja Mere Khwaja Jodha Akbar. And also one which is not A.R. Rahman's song, but still I like it, the Ishq Sufiana from Dirty Picture.
Yeah. Right? Those songs all, I think it's partly to do with the words also, ma'am. The way they have sung it, the way they have composed, it's all together.
Very true. But tell me, what are the instruments that you use normally? I mean, in orchestration, the regular instruments will be there, like a violin or a guitar or a drums or, or whatever, jazz, piano. But are there any instruments that you really consciously use, which are not regularly used?
Yeah, so this depends as to if it's a song or a score. Yeah, so for a song and score, first thing that I approach is what kind of period the film is happening.
Okay.
Now, if it's a historic film, you need to understand what kind of instruments you can use and you cannot use. You know, what kind of voices we can bring upon. If the director wants it in a specific raga. So for Hridayam film, there is a Lachupati, one character is there, Lachupati, and where she gives Sambar Sadam to the actors. And that area, the director Vineet sir specifically wanted me to go in Nalina Kanthi Ragam.
Nalina Kanthi
Yeah,
Ragam.
Nalina Kanthi Ragam, and we wanted it to be in Dilruba. Dilruba instrument, which was played by Saroja ma'am. Saroja ma'am is one of the most senior Dilruba players in India. She has played for Rahman sir also. So Vineet sir wanted this. So we did not have a tune in our mind. So we put the scene, and we had ma'am by our side, and then Vineet sir and me, we were discussing, and we heard a lot of kirtanams in that ragam. And then we came up with this tune called Ta-na-na-na-na, ta-ra-ta-ra-ta, ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ra-ra, ta-ra-ra, ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ra-ra. That can be linked into Onakamundiri song. Onakamundiri Parak. So this was done with the understanding. If you know what I mean.
Got it. So but what did you similar kind of a thing? What happened with Hi Nanna? In Hi Nanna, there are 4 songs.
No, there are actually total 8 songs.
8 songs,
yeah,
okay,
8
but
songs
4 have been released.
Yeah, 4 have come out. More is coming, and then film will come.
So the songs, they have got wonderful melody, nice tunes and all. But have you experimented something new with some raga or with any instrument or anything like that?
Yeah, I think in Hi Nanna, it's a collective of all. So if you would say, for example, ODM song, party song, in that there is a synth kind of instrument. So that's my voice.
That's your voice?
Yeah, so which people don't know.
Oh, it's not an instrument?
No. So that's the thing.
How does that come?
So that's my voice. So people have been asking like what kind of voice that is. So it's my voice. And then in Ammadi's song, for both the BGMs, we thought of bringing Nadaswaram. So this was a chosen decision by Shaurya. So pa 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 ra 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 ta 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 ra. So these phrases, we thought we will bring Nadaswaram. So that was a unique decision because for whatever reasons, when you watch the film, the reason why we are bringing Nadaswaram has a meaning. It has its own reason. And for example, for Samema song,
that's a high volatile song, right?
But having said that, in between that also we have a slight tinge of Shankaravarnam Ragam where
yes.
So that was the unique decision that we took. We wanted a female, we wanted a classical melody there. Tara, 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 tara. If I don't include that in the song, then that song does not have a high for me. So that was a chosen decision by me and
what's your favorite ragam?
Des. Then I like Shankaravarnam Ragam, Nalina Kanthi I love.
But Shankaravarnam is a favorite ragam for many of the people. There
are many. Sometimes we get confused. So I like to dissect the ragams based on the mood. So if it's romantic songs, you can go for certain ragams. If it's a sad song, you can go directly into Pandavarali or Shobhandavarali. Or if it's a morning ragam that gives you brightness, happiness, and there are certain ragams that you're not supposed to sing in the night. You should only sing in the morning. So it's scientifically connected. And if you want to immediately make someone happy or sad, you can actually, this is a tip or maybe an advice for the upcoming budding people who wants to compose. So if you want to immediately make someone sad with your music, you can actually take help of ragams, which is why Carnatic ragam or Hindustani ragams are rooted. And the biggest textbook, biggest example is Ilayaraja sir and Rahman sir.
Very true.
So, and Raja sir, I think there is not even one ragam that he has not used, which is why his music still stays. And of course, Keeravani sir.
How do you know that for this particular song I should sing? I mean, you should sing.
Me singing is director's decision.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. So there are. I don't.
You never sang in Malayalam?
Yeah, Darshana was.
Darshana you sang, but otherwise.
I have been singing constantly for my films and for other composers also. Keeping that aside, for the other songs and all, we decided together. It's a collective decision. Me and the director, sometimes the producers, the actors. When the actors are involved, especially we'll have to bring in a voice that that has close resonance to their physique also.
Okay.
You know, so my voice might not be suitable for every physique that you see.
Right.
So it's a directly or indirect connection. So
But these days, people are saying, music directors are saying that, there's something called auto-tune, auto-correction and all. So, in that case, do you really want to make those singers only sing, or anybody can sing?
no,
How does that work?
It's a two-way sword, if you ask me. The pitch correction auto-tune is actually a plugin.
Okay.
It's a software that corrects notes that is out of pitch. So it's a process that's been done from 1995.
Okay.
Yeah, it is there for every, me being a good singer or not, we use it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
Right. Okay.
But having said that, anybody can sing is a very broad statement. I would say anyone who has pitch sense, who has tempo sense, can try singing.
Okay.
As long as the director and music director, I mean, they feel that the song is working. See, for example, Kamal Haasan sir, or now, for example, Dhruv has sung, Shruti Hassan has sung. So Shruti is an amazing musician. When she came in front of the mic and when she started singing, I was like taken, I was like so surprised to see the way her voice, the throw that she has with her voice is, I mean, I can't imagine me singing in that state. So such decisions are taken with the anticipation that this singer can do this. That belief is taken by collectively. Yeah.
But do you anytime stick that, I want only this singer? Sometimes there'll be budget constraints. You want Chitrama to sing, or you want some real big singer, or Anirudh to sing, or whatever. What do you do at that point of time?
In my case, I think I have made all these things happen.
Really?
Touch wood.
Very nice.
Yeah, Chitrama has sung.
Okay.
Ani has sung. For me, for Shesham Michael Fatima, Malayalam film. He graced himself. It's nice of him to sing.
So at that point of time, you're very particular.
I think, ma'am, more than being particular, if you're very sure, if you manifest in your track that this person only can do justice to the track, it will happen.
Okay.
In my case, I think, at least till now, God has been very kind to me, where when I want to do something creatively, or when I want to give an impression to the people musically, everything comes to us. You have there are books about it, right, where the world will work for you.
Right.
And even for Chitrama also, the song Mugilinde Maravugulil Hridayam. So when we finished composing it, we only had one choice. Chitra ma'am should sing the song. And we cannot think of another voice. And even having said this, for example, Samayama song, we went with the female voice for Telugu, we went with Sitara's voice, Sitara Krishnumar. So she's a celebrated singer in Malayalam. And she has her own band. So I wanted that kind of voice for this song.
Okay.
And having said this, the other versions were sung by Chinmay ma'am. But this version, I wanted to introduce something special to the audience here. So when they're listening, immediately they'll ask, okay, who is this? So I wanted this who is this to be more pronounced. Yeah, that's all.
That's amazing. I'm really looking forward to Hi Nanna, because see, I love the music, and as I said, I love your music.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I mean, many more films to go, and we want to see you more often in Telugu film industry.
Thank you, ma'am.
And before we end, I have few small short questions
sure,
which will go ahead.
Sure.
So, what is your favorite food of Hyderabad?
Favorite food of Hyderabad is Mandi 36.
Mandi 36.
Mandi from Mandi 36.
Okay. Arabic.
That is my favorite. Then I love all the food from Nilofer Cafe. I love the food from Chutneys, Panjikota Dosai.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Your top 3 songs, irrespective of language.
My song is very hard, ma'am. Everything is fighting.
I know, that's why I asked. Other people's songs, it's easy to tell.
Ma'am, I would tell other people's. All songs are very special to me, if you would ask me. And me, after composing, trust me, being very honest, once the song is out of my system, then I'll not hear it again.
Oh.
Yeah, once I finish the mix, once it's out, then I'll not hear it.
Then we'll have Other people's songs. Yeah.
I think for me, it's always Jodha Akbar is my most favorite album, and Swades is my most favorite album. And then I love old scores, all the scores of Hans Zimmer sir. These things are something I continuously listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a composer, what do you think is your strength and what's your weakness?
My strength depends on the outcome.
Okay.
If you would ask me, it depends on the songs that I create, and the director has to define that strength of mine. And my weakness would be the conversations that I have with my director. Sometimes he might be expecting something and I might be giving out something else. I'm trying to shorten that gap.
Okay.
So I think with Hi Nanna, that gap is very minimal.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be a better version of myself.
Is this because of the language or is it because of...
It's in general. Sometimes, when they are narrating the situation, my thought would be which singer I'll go with, and what tune I'll make. And sometimes you get lost in that world.
Yeah, got it.
So the presence of mind is very important.
Okay. Yeah. I want you to just sing or hum 2 lines of these music directors. Ilayaraja.
மண்ணில் இந்த காதலன்றியா.
Okay. Rahman.
Rahman sir. உயிரே உயிரே வந்து என்னோடு கலந்து விடு.
Okay. Keeravani garu.
That's a
global favorite song.
Yeah, then I mean,
DSP?
DSP, definitely Uvantamava is my favorite.
You like it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And
Okay, so you like Pushpa songs?
Yeah, of course.
All right. You know any other music directors from Telugu film industry like Mani Sharma garu, Taman?
Of course. Actually, I've sung for Mani Sharma sir.
You
just
sang?
Recently.
Which one?
For his upcoming film. I think Mohanlal sir and all is part of the film.
Okay.
That film I've sung for Mani Sharma sir. And I love all music of Taman sir.
Then one from Mani Sharma and one from Taman.
I think Mani Sharma sir's one of my favorite songs is Vasanthamullai. Vasanthamullai na 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 tarararara ullahi ullahi tarararara.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Taman.
Nanna nanalla nanalla talalala. That song is my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
All songs from Ala Vaikundapuram.
Ala Vaikundapuram. Okay.
Anirudh's even recent Kavala song is my favorite.
Okay.
And Chaleya is my that song is something that I constantly listen to. Ishq mein dil fana hai tararararara.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. So who are the directors you're really longing to work with, Hesham, in Telugu film industry?
Definitely Trivikram sir.
Okay.
It's a dream to work with him.
Okay.
Even I want to work with a film for Mahesh Babu sir if it happens.
Okay.
Maybe for Allu Arjun sir,
Okay.
Junior NTR. So I think it all comes into existence.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
I want you to rate yourself out of 5 as a singer.
Let the audience rate.
No. You should rate. This is just a question.
I would say around 2.5 to 3.
Okay. Composer?
Again, it's the same only.
Same?
Yeah.
Okay. Background score? The
2.5 to 3.
Okay. As a son?
That my parents should say.
No, you should rate yourself. You know better.
Again,
how are you as a son?
It's half. Yeah.
As a husband, as a father, that also half, huh?
Half. Father, I have not yet become a father.
But you will become a father?
Husband, again, Aisha should say that. But I think, again, it's maybe 4.
Very good, Hesham. Wonderful. Amazing. I like it. I'll give you the song numbers.
Okay.
You have to sing in an order.
Okay.
You should not stop.
Oh, done. Okay.
The first one is Na Roja Nuve.
Okay.
Second is Samayama.
Okay.
Third is Kushi title song.
Okay.
Gaju Bomma.
Okay.
And then Hridayama.
Na roja nuve tananana, na rulse nuve tananana, na anjali nuve tananana, geetanjali nuve tananana, samayama bale sayam chesavamma ottuga kanulake తన రూపానందించావే గొట్టుగా, ఓ ఇది సరిపోదా.
ఖుషి టైటిల్.
ఖుషీ నువ్వు జత కడితే, ఖుషీ నీ మాట వినపడితే, ఖుషీ నువ్వు జత కడితే, ఖుషీ నా ఒళ్ళంట తొళ్ళింతే, ఇటు రావే నా గాజు బొమ్మ, ఏనే నా అమ్మ, ఎదని కోయాల కొమ్మ, నిన్ను పే చేయే ప్రేమ దర్శన, సర్వం సదా నిన్ సౌరభం దర్శన, ఇంజీవన సాయుజ్యం దర్శన, స్నేహామృతం ఇన్నిలేకో దర్శన. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Oh my God, so wonderful, Hesham,
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you,
Wish
ma'am.
you good luck,
Thank
all
you,
the
ma'am.
best.
Please watch the film.
Of course I will watch. We will watch because it gives such a good feeling.
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
know, whether it is music or dialogues or scenes or whatever.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everything is wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Yeah.